What is a dead giveaway of a toxic relationship? When they say we need to work on our communication, but every time you bring anything up they get mad and start an argument. Which leads to hallway sex. Hallway sex is when you pass each other in the hall and she says, "Fuck you." And you say, "Fuck you too." That's a lot less fun than I expected from the first line. Break up, make up, break up, make up, rinse, and repeat. 15-ish years ago I went through this in my early 20s. Mum told me it was toxic. I got mad and said she didn't understand and it was a sign. We were meant to be together cause we couldn't stay apart. Face with rolling eyes. God, I wish I had listened to her and wasn't an idiot. Makes me cringe. And GT. Makes me cringe. I honestly think if you don't cringe about your past, you don't grow as a person. So good thing that you are cringing about that. XD. No communication and everything is a blame game with no acceptance of responsibility. No communication can be used in this way too, by the way. When they are upset and you ask, "What's wrong? How can I change? How can I help the situation? How can I be better?" etc. Their response is, "I shouldn't have to tell you, you should already know this, if you really loved me you'd already know," etc. Basically you should be a mind reader and already know what they need, etc. So what's the point of communication? Current so is doing this, don't know how to fix things if they aren't willing to talk about it as it occurs. My ex broke up with me because of this. You can put in all the effort but it won't mean anything if they don't tell you what's bothering them. Or, they answer, "Everything's good. I let my trust get the best of me, I suppose." I would ask if there is something wrong and get that response a lot, even though I had a gut feeling something was off. But I chose to trust her. In the end she broke up with me for not knowing what was wrong. Sometimes there's literally nothing you can do. In my example, I think she just used it as an excuse to get out for whatever reason. Which is fine, I guess. But it can really fuck you up not knowing why someone is leaving, just as much or more as knowing what was wrong. I beat myself up a lot just trying to figure it out. Repeated attempts just to understand lead nowhere. All in all, it actually worked out better in the long run, because I just chose to improve. Anything about myself I didn't like or I felt might have been a problem. Now I'm in a better place with some good self-reflection and growth over time. If someone doesn't have the emotional maturity to at least tell you why they're upset despite repeated, verbal efforts on your part to find out, that's not on you. My buddy has been going through this for 15 years. Tried therapy. Just filed for divorce today. Good luck. My 57-year-old colleague constantly has to send videos and pics of him working to his wife. Just wow. My ex always tried to make me do this. Fucking obnoxious. Guess who was eventually found out to never be where he said he was and was sneaking around instead. Lol. If someone is mistrustful, it suggests they may not be trustworthy themselves, as their belief that others are untrustworthy assumes others will behave the way they would. It's not only that, but if you make someone spend all their energy proving that they are faithful, they don't have the mental capacity to even consider their partner might be the unfaithful one. Lack of trust and constant fights. Having a partner in the relationship who insists that you have to fight in a relationship, otherwise you're not passionate about it. I've never had to deal with that personally. I've been married to my partner for 8 years and we almost never fight. But I heard a friend insist this and I was mortified for her relationships. Ooh, you gave me some good PTSD of my last ex. Pretty sure verbatim. I want you to fight for me to show you care. I need to know you're passionate. It's because she thought I was cheating on her when she and I went to a party together. Didn't leave each other's sides, but a friend that's a girl said hi to me, so I must have banged her in the bathroom. Sheesh. I married one like that. She justified her behavior because she had been cheated on all these horrible ways, she said. Turns out it was a serious mental health issue and she imagines cheating and abuse, then lashes out as if it actually happened. Scary. Even after 10 years of marriage, 2 children and me spending every waking moment with them, she still caused rage fights about the things that never even happened. Example. After I divorced her with a restraining order, she filed a response statement that was make-believe fictional tales of me, the unhinged, dangerous, reckless hubby. I wasn't. Our daughters said Daddy took the babysitter to the bedroom and locked the door, and they heard kissing, moaning, and bed shaking. While she was court-ordered out, I had hired a girl from care.com, https://care.com, to come to our house 2x per week to help with laundry, keep the kids busy while I handled legal matters. Ex-wife was restrained for 90 days. That was terrifying for my family and I to read. Yep, she told the court our age 5 and 8 daughters heard Daddy banging the babysitter. It happened in her mind, of course. So let's lie to the court. I see what ya did there, sweetie. Also said I squeezed her neck and choked her so she couldn't breath. Not only did that not happen, it's the exact same story she said about her ex-husband that she recycled and swapped my name in place. Ooh, yeah, mine had some trauma she took out on me. One BF was druggy and abusive. The next one was a rich dude who was abusive and cheated. Then there was lil ol' me making the medium bucks head over heels for her, paying for their sins. My ex used to do all these great things for me. Oh. Yeah, well, my ex. Those worked out pretty well for you, didn't they? I got screamed at for that. Worth it, though. Inability to take a step back, listen and analyze the other person's point and actually come to a conclusion during a conflict. One partner always gets their way. For me, it was easier to bend over backward than to deal with the whining and complaining if I stood my ground. Easier is in quotes because it was only easier in the short term. Long term made life hell. Fine, whatever you want, just like always, whatever you want. Whatever I want. It's never whatever I want. When I wanted to see Stomp, and you wanted to see Wicked, what did we see? We saw Wicked. When I said that I wanted to have kids, and you said you wanted me to have a vasectomy, what did I do? And then when you said that you might want to have kids and I wasn't so sure, who had the vasectomy reversed? And then when you said you definitely didn't want to have kids, who had it reversed back? Snip snap, snip snap, snip snap. I did. You have no idea the physical toll that 3 vasectomies have on a person. And I bought this condo to fill with children. Oh, now Michael and Jan are a great example of a toxic relationship. Someone who does not let you have a life outside of the relationship and gets upset when you see friends or do hobbies you like, even if you make time for them. Quick addendum to that. If your shared responsibilities have changed during the relationship, the amount of free time you each have for hobbies will have changed. A partner that complains you spend too much time playing video games when you are just dating and don't even live together is probably being controlling. A partner that complains you spend too much time playing video games when you've got 3 kids together might actually be saying that they feel the labor distribution in your house is unfair. If you have joint responsibilities, like a house or kids, you should both have a roughly equal amount of free time to pursue your own interests, or come to an alternative arrangement that you're both happy about. I see a lot of couples who start to fight because one partner's life changed a lot after having kids, and the other one's life didn't change much. The person who gets to go have hobbies and free time will often point at the healthy, happy children and say, look, they're fine. Of course it's okay that I go do X with my friends, not acknowledging the kids are only okay because of the other parent's hard work. That SpongeBob episode where Patrick pretended to go to work the entire time when they had the baby clam. Holy shit. Let's have another. Gaslighting. Or the idea that whatever you say can make them mad, so you start choosing every word way too carefully, end up not speaking your mind to avoid a fight, and feeling responsible for everything that feels wrong in the relationship. I didn't realize the damage I'd incurred from a few of my past relationships until, so far, 5 people over as many months told me to stop apologizing for things I'm not responsible for. This is the kind of thing that leaks into a person's life outside of their relationship, that feeling of needing to tiptoe around eggshells so as not to wake up the beast, so to speak. being yelled at, attacked for reacting to their abusive behavior. I am an angry person, I always have been, and I have struggled with it my entire life. Shortly after getting married, I experienced some trauma in my life that really messed me up for a while, and it went unaddressed for years. Fast forward a few years. I became very bitter, angry, resentful, judgmental, and all while feeling like I was just being misunderstood simply due to my passion being mistaken as anger, and thinking I was fine from the trauma. I started to really become an awful spouse. An awful man, someone that I hated and was ashamed of because of how I would talk to and treat my wife. I became a man that I would never let my daughters date, let alone marry. We would argue. Well, I would turn everything into an argument and then lose my temper at her for a number of perceived slights.